Time to face the changes. Okay, that's all the singing you get for tonight, so you can be happy about that. This is now Friday Philosophy on Monday, so obviously the title's going to have to go away. It's been a long weekend, won't bore you with the details, but today I had orientation at my new job, which is going to be fantastic. So before I lead you to believe anything else, just know that this is a great thing for me, and theoretically for my future. We'll see what happens as the days go by. Enjoying in my Dr. Graybo Grand Duke a little bit of autumn evening. It's actually a very non-humid and mid-80s evening here in Nebraska, and it's absolutely gorgeous outside, especially after a stretch of mid to upper 90s with humidity heat. We've had heat indexes, between 100 and 107 here over the last week, so this is a welcome relief and change. Now, if you've been keeping up, I did a video about going in for my interview and the excitement with that. Also talked about overcomplicating my life, which I am continuing to do, thankfully. I don't know, we'll see. But I had orientation today, so now all this shit is real. So I am going to continue managing the local opera house, doing arts and entertainment events. I am going to continue with my own business, although I will scale that back. And now 25 hours a week I will be traveling into Omaha, which is a full 40-minute commute this morning. Traffic was light. But if I can count on the traffic staying like that, 40 minutes will be a blessing. It's pretty much a breeze. I swore many, many moons ago when I interned as a college student in Midtown Omaha that I would never, ever commute. Well, 20 years later, necessity is the mother of invention, or maybe even the mother of adaptation, because here I am. I'm going to be commuting 40 minutes 3 times a week to a part-time gig in Omaha, and this is a little bit bittersweet. I'm very excited for the possibilities. There's a lot of fun to be had, and I apologize, it looks like there's a chimney growing out of my head. That's my neighbor's house, and it seems like there's nothing I can do to avoid it. Bad camera angle, sorry. I started my own business 5 years ago with the hope of making a go of it on my own. And to a degree I have, and it's been enlightening, exciting, interesting. But for any of you out there thinking you'd like to do it yourself, let me give you a couple of pointers. First of all, it's not nearly as easy as you think it is. I am speaking from experience here because I'm a smart kid. I thought for sure I could figure this mess out. What I did not take into account for, because I'm good at math, I'm good at accounting, I can do the paperwork, I didn't realize just how much time at work I would spend not doing my job. I mean, it's extraordinary, even in the world of graphic arts and sign making, how much paperwork and how much invoicing and how much time it takes to resend those invoices to people who don't want to pay on time. An exorbitant amount of time that it takes to do those things. So if you are interested in starting your own business, know that your margin, profit margin, needs to be extremely large to compensate for the amount of time you're going to spend doing the really mundane, stupid stuff that you never actually wanted to do. And I'm going to have to pause here. I just had somebody show up at my door. This will come back in just a moment. Thanks. All right, so this is part 2 because my friend just left 10 minutes after she got here, and I am back talking about small businesses. And first of all, don't misunderstand me. If you want to do your own thing, man, do it. It's one of the most liberating feelings you can ever have. But do not underestimate the amount of work it takes to make it successful. And real quick, my biggest hurdle was for me to generate more work in the off-peak times was easy. But then when it rolled around to peak times, I had to hire employees. And because you're not hiring full-time in my profession, you're hiring unskilled labor as temp positions. So you spend more time training than you do working. And it's things like that that you don't think about out of the box. But again, just know that I'm not trying to discourage anybody from doing their own small business. Again, for 5 years I was liberated and did a lot of great things and had a lot of fun, but lost the financial security that an hourly or salary position provides. Now, of course, the other piece of this is at almost 40 years old, I need things like health insurance, which I have not had for 5 years. You're rolling the dice on that, basing your income on your health. You're literally leveraging one against the other, knowing that if you aren't making enough money, you have to cut expenses. And the first thing that goes is your own health care, because you have to have money to buy materials so that you have inventory to sell. Again, I don't want to discourage people from doing their own business. It's great. I loved every minute of it, and I'm not shutting down my own business either. I'm still going to be doing it 2 days a week. But I also need to be making income on a consistent basis. I need to know what that lower threshold is, because no matter how much money I saved, it wasn't enough to get through the slow times. You know, if I have 3 slow months, I had enough money to make it through 2.5, which makes that next 3 to 4 week period really, really messy. Again, I don't want this to be a downer thing. I am very excited for my new job. I'm working with an old friend of mine. We worked very well together. I'll be making good money 3 days a week, and the rest of the time I'll fill in with my current business and my other ventures. And I am looking forward to the future. That said, I didn't mean to bore you with my life, but no matter who you are or where you are, I hope you're having a great time. We'll talk to you again soon.